The lesson.
Oh yeah.
This whole period, Pimp C got out in 03, so we're talking like, mid 2000s, like 03, 4, 5, that sort of period.
06.
You've continued to do the music.
My first ever was the Rap a Lot, Smoke a Lot record / Rap a Lot with Yuck Mouth, United Ghettos Volume 1 and 2. And then in between that, then you have all the Regime mixtapes with Tech Nine, Drew Down, Gonzo, who used to be in Caution. You have all those mixtapes. So I was involved in all those mixtapes, the All Out Wars, the Godzilla. And then, Yuck Mouth's doing his recording, Thug Lord, Godzilla, what else? $1 Million Mouthpiece, all the Rap a Lot records. So I was helping out with that. And then, so we came on tour, came to Australia. But the first time we came here was like 2001. And, we performed in Melbourne. No, we performed in Sydney, Melbourne, and then here.
And who did you come out with? Was that Looney's, Kurupt, Tech Nine?
No. That first one, 2001, was just me, Yuck Mouth. I think it was just me and Yuck.
This was your first time to Australia?
That was my first time ever to Australia. It was just me and Yuck Mouth. I don't remember. I think Numbskull didn't come on that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what year did you say that was?
2001.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this was before the Rap a Lot deal?
Yuck was already on Rap a Lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was already on Rap a Lot. He'd been on Rap a Lot since 98, 99, because the first one he dropped.
I got 5 on it was on Rap a Lot, wasn't it?
No, I got 5 on it was New Virgin.
Okay.
And Looney's was Virgin. And then Yuck Mouth seen Jay Prince seen Yuck Mouth in the studio, and then he offered him a deal, and then he came out with the Albulation, Thugged Out. And then that was the first one. I think that was the 1999, 2000. I reckon it was 98, 99.
But then, so then when you've come out in 01, that's not when you moved here.
No, I came out 02 with Yuck. Oh, yeah, okay, 01 I came out here. No. I didn't move here till about 07, 08. Yeah, that's when I got my residency.
So 01 was the first time that you toured in Australia?
Yeah, 01 was the first time I came to Australia. It was like a small tour. We did Sydney, a club in Sydney, and then Melbourne, and then Adelaide.
And then, so how many more times did you come down before you ended up moving to Australia?
2 times.
Okay, and then on your tours through Australia is where you met your partner.
Yeah.
And that's actually why you ended up moving here.
Yeah, the baby mama.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I was married to her for about 10 years.
So was that on your second tour to Australia that you guys met? And then,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we met. Yeah, we met, but we didn't really lock, until I think the 3rd time I came.
And then, so what year was the 3rd time that you came?
Oh, man, I think it was like 06.
But that's not when you moved?
No.
So you came back one more time after that?
Yeah.
And that's when you moved here? So you moved into Australia in like 09-ish, 2010, something like that?
No, 08, man. I
08.
remember I got my, because I came here in 06. We came in 06, and then I stayed back.
Yeah, okay.
So that's why. So from there, I stayed back, and then I went back home, and then I came back. I started my my process to become a permanent resident. So you got to leave the country,
It's
come
a big
back.
process.
Yeah. So I started that. That took about 2 years.
Yeah, okay.
So I didn't get it until 2008.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty sure it's 2008, 2009. 08 or 09.
And then, so when you're talking about touring, and I'm guessing the 2 or 3 times that you came down before you moved here was always with, Yuck Mouth or the Loonies, Kurupt.
Yeah, I came with Yuck Mouth 2001, and then we did that big tour with Kurupt, Tech Nine, which was the first time Tech Nine ever came out here. That was at Deberton.
Okay, now what year was that?
That's what I'm trying to remember right now.
Yeah, I reckon that
Is
would have
that 03 or 04?
something like that. But the reason I want to sort of narrow in on this because it was on one of these tours. I think
I remember talking about
that there was an incident at Traffic nightclub where there was a confusion between whose party that actually was that night. Now, I'll tell you what I have heard through the grapevine from people that were there, whether they were acts or, I think Hi-Fi was running the venue at the time.
I remember, yeah.
But to my understanding, Mass MC, Suffer from the Hoods, or maybe the Hoods, and some other certified wise dudes. There was a lot of
there was
the
some
whole
deep
crew there.
Yeah, they were deep, bro.
So what's happened is
the whole club was all of their whole.
That
homies.
that was like all their crew, and they were having, I think, a certified
They were cool,
wise
though.
gig.
I was cool with them.
Then the Loonies, Tech Nine, and that have done the gig at Thebby, and then they've come to Traffic thinking it was their official after party. Is that correct?
I don't know, man. No. You know what they said? They were like, because Kurupt was like.
Because you were there with them, weren't you?
Yeah, I was with him
Yeah.
at the hotel. Kurupt was like, one of the promoters was like, yo, there's that thing, and then there's this other thing. And then they were like, what they doing there? And we were just like, we were trying to be around women, not fucking freestyles and ciphers. Like, when you go on tour with Tech Nine, that's all that nigga do, you know what I'm saying? But like, and you go past his room, you just hear, like they're practicing to stay in cadence, him and Chris Calico, like they really do that shit, bro. So Kurupt's like, he's an MC, and he was like, nah, man, let's go hear them. He wanted to hear the battles, and he was like, I want to hear the Australian MCs. Yeah. So then we went, and it was crowded. I just remember it being real crowded, and I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, that's some big white boys out here. I was like, shit. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, hell yeah. I was like, no guns. I was like, these guys could fight out here probably. I was like, good. I was like, see what's going on. You know what I mean? Like, I'm cool. And then like, Drew Down was in there. We all went. But like, he was like, man, I'm not trying to be in here. He was like, man, fuck this shit. He was like, I'm trying to get where all the girls are at. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, cool, I could dig it. But then I was with Kurupt, and then I think TriStar, and then there was gonna battle.
So who was gonna battle?
I don't know, bro. Like I was drunk, bro. I was faded out of my head, once again, and I was like, I just was like in the middle, and I remember because I was like listening to the Aussie dudes, and I was like, and then some of the homies was like, they talking shit. I was like, did you hear what they said? I was like, they trying to battle, bro. They calling somebody out, bro. I was like, who gonna get it, bro? I was like, and then I think TriStar, which is Kurupt's homie, and he's like, they had their thing called the Pentagon or whatnot. So yeah, and like we battle rap, we get fucked up and we'll battle rap in the hotel, and he's pretty good. But yeah, he got on, and I don't know what he said. But then this other rapper, the Aussie rapper, I don't know who it was, he was like, nigga, excuse me, don't put this on. He just was going, no, saying the N-word, and he was just saying, that's all you said, man. He was like, I don't mean to disrespect. I was like, I know. I was like, that's all he said. So something like that happened. That's what I remember from recollection. And then it became cool. Everybody was like, oh, yeah, everybody was cool. And they were just like giving props, They were like, because I think my head, the Aussies was like letting us know that they not no punks, you know what I'm saying? That they get down to and they represent hip hop. So I was cool with it. Because I grew up with graffiti. I grew up that way too, so I give props. You go into somewhere new and you're like, they're repping hip hop because of us. So it's like, man, give props, you know what I mean? Don't come in like saucy. Don't try to come in better than people. Give props. Props is due, yeah. So I was pretty cool. But it was pretty hectic though.
Yeah, I heard it got
too bad social media wasn't there. What's that kid who does the Oz rap, bruh? Man, you had some kingpins in there, bro. You got Drew Down, used to rap with Tupac. He didn't give a fuck though. He was like he was at the bar, bro. He was like, man, I'm not even tripping. He was like, And then, yeah, because it was all blokes in there.
Yeah.
It was like they were like, what club is this? I was like, but Kurupt is like, see, he's true. He's an MC. He didn't even care. He was listening.
Yeah.
And he was like, what you think, Monsta? I was like, he's spitting on. He goes, yeah, he's spitting. I was like, you going to get on? And they were like, ooh, they wanted him to get on, hey. But I don't know, Kurupt can rap.
Well, nah, because fucking no.
He'll just start getting on Tyrannosaurus Rex, Pentagon. Like, he'll just start getting on there, you know what I'm saying?
Because I heard that I think Kurupt was going to battle Suffer from the Hoods.
Ooh, I don't remember. Yeah, I was like, I thought it was Trials was one of them who was up there and who said that. And I was like, that. I think it was Trials because I seen Trials after and I was just, so I was cool, bro. I was just like, he was like, what did they say? I think he was saying that. And I was like, they was like, cool, man. Half of them didn't want to be there. But Kurupt was like, no, go battle. Because he was like, you know, he's an MC.
Yeah, man.
So I think he felt like, yo, I got to show up. If I don't show up, then I'm like a sucker. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it was
and
cool.
that it's interesting because I was also at a time where, I mean, so you weren't living here at the time, so you may not have known this at that point. Maybe when you came to move a few years later, you would have picked up on it. But around that time in Australian hip hop, there was the Aussie accent versus American accent thing going where like dudes were starting to rap with a bit of an American accent or twang and their videos got a little bit glossier. Weapon X and Ken Hell is always the name that comes to mind when I'm talking about this. And I think that, yeah, at that point in time, your Aussie hip hop scene in Adelaide and your crews like Certified Wise were so adamant on you rapping an Aussie
Certified
accent.
Wise. Yeah, that's right.
Is that when you guys have come through and yous represent the US shit and the more I guess some would call flamboyant, flossy. You know, it was like it's a clash of cultures.
Two worlds.
It's all hip hop. It's like a clash of different sort of cultures of hip hop, and you guys wouldn't have really known that was the climate at the time.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting what you're saying because it's more like when people don't look at it. All right, it's like we got guys dressed in certain ways, but what brings them together is the wordplay and the rhyme. That's what brings people together. So it's like, and Yuck Mouth was listening too because Yuck Mouth is a rhymer, and he was just like, because he knows Kurupt can rap. So he was just like, trying to see what's up. And then, he likes battle rap. We watch battle raps all the time. So it's like, all right, try what you're going to do. You know what I'm saying? We was just like, we wanted to see a battle, And like, so it was pretty cool, man. But the rhyme is the common ground.
Yeah. Do you remember the part where apparently the crowd just started chanting Aussie, Aussie, Aussie?
Yeah.
Oi, oi, oi.
Yeah. I started saying it too. I was like, and they're like, man, fuck this shit, man. And I was like, don't get mad. I was like, they happy, bro. I was like, that's they shit. And then one of the other homies was going, oi, 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 oi. He was just going like that. I don't know if it was Drew Down. Yeah, it was funny though, man. So you had no beef reactions. You just had like culture shock.
Yeah,
And not even like, I think it's more how people, this is what they do. They drink and just like bust raps. You know what I'm saying? It's sort of like what they do in Brooklyn or, you know what I mean? The tunnel maybe, you know what I mean? Minus the hoodies or something, you know what I mean? Like
the razors in the mouth and shit.
Because Adelaide, I'll tell you, I'll be honest, is one of the hardest crowds to work, man.
Yeah.
Yep. It's one of the
you
hardest.
wouldn't be the first person to say that.
No, I've heard a lot of people. But you just got to be true to your craft, bro. And once you're true to your craft and master your craft, then they respect you over here, bro. That's one thing I've noticed.
The last 27. Oh, yeah.